You're thinking about buying your first rental property, but where do you start? Today, I'm gonna go over some key strategies that I use to find cash flowing properties that will be great investments for you and your family. Recently, I was talking to a homeowner and he was asking me, how do you find cash flowing properties? There's some key strategies you can use to find properties and some calculators online that are extremely useful to help you make your evaluation. The first thing you wanna consider when you're looking for a cash flowing property is what area do you want to invest in? I personally like Edmonton, Alberta. I think there's a ton of growth that's happening in that community. And we look at neighboring city of Calgary, things are blowing up or have blown up in Calgary. So Edmonton is always kind of on this steady incline, but you could still find a home or a property in that area for under $500,000. And the vacancy rate is really low and rentals are very strong. So it's a no-brainer. Today, I'm gonna go through properties in Edmonton, Alberta, and show you the process of how I find cash flowing properties and do the calculation. Realtor.ca is, well, probably the easiest website that you can use to look for listings. So we'll go to that website now and we'll search Edmonton and then we'll click Alberta. We'll search there. You wanna go here to the filters. You're gonna click filters. In this case, I want 5+ bedrooms. Not worried about bathrooms, we'll leave that. We wanna ensure that it's a house, and then we wanna go over here, we wanna have 2+ stories. And then ownership, over here we're gonna go to freehold. We don't want condos, we don't want a leasehold because we don't wanna have strata fees. So we'll go freehold and we'll click search. It's gonna pop up a map view here and we can see here that it shows all the listings. It's gonna populate the listings by newest. So let's switch it over to lowest price and see what it comes up with. Okay, so I can see a couple homes here. I'm gonna go down a couple. I like the look of this photo here on this property at 339. I'll click that one. It'll pop up in a new window. What do we got here? 339,000. This perfect investment property doesn't exist. Wait, what? 3 separate suites with a double detached garage. Under 340,000. Now, if we read through the description, we can see here that we've got a 2-bedroom, and then we've got another 2-bedroom, and then we've got what looks like a 1-bedroom in the basement. 3 suites, 2 2-bedroom suites, and 1 1-bedroom suite. Now the question comes up, what can we get for rent on this property? Because ultimately this is gonna decide whether that property is profitable. So if we go over to a website called Rentfaster.ca, we can click in the menu here and we can go to market stats or rent report. In this case, I've clicked rent report and I've scrolled down. Again, we've got a map view that you can hone in on particular areas. But if we scroll down, I'll see here, we've got the 1-bedroom price, the studio price, 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms. We go down here, we've got Edmonton rentals. So the studio price was $1,179, $1,436 for the 1-bedroom, and $1,756 for the 2-bedroom. Now that we've been armed with this information, we can go into our notes and we can pop up here and we can go 1-bedroom, $1,436, 2-bedroom, $1,756. Open up our calculator. 1,756 times 2, because there's 2 2-bedrooms, and then 1,436 for the 1-bedroom. That's 4,948. If we want to be conservative, we could take 10% off of that. We could just go even with an even number. I'm going to go with 4,500 just to be on the safe side. So we've got a total of 4,500 rents. We jump over to calculator.net. It has a great rental property calculator. So if you remember, the purchase price on that property was $339,000. I mean, hopefully you're gonna negotiate and get the price down a little bit, but I'm just gonna run the numbers based on the list price, assuming that we weren't able to get any kind of discount on the property. Got a purchase price of $339,000. Yes, there's a loan. We're going with 20% down because it's an investment property. Interest rate. I like to go to Rate Hub. I'll go buying a home, enter in just a rough purchase price, the down payment at 20%, and it's gonna give us some rates here, 4.29. That might be a little advantageous. So I like to kind of, once again, be a little more conservative, meet in the middle and come up with a rate. So I'm gonna use this 4.74 rate. Now we get down here into closing costs. These are going to be the costs for any property transfer tax, any fees with your lawyers and everything in between. So I go to Realtor.ca. They have a closing cost calculator. So I've entered in here $339,000 purchase price, 20% down, which is $67,800. I'm purchasing the property in Alberta, and I'm going to go calculate closing costs. It's going to give you best case scenario, worst case. Now that's, going to change based on who you hire for the home inspection and other fees from the lawyer. Maybe find a cheaper lawyer. Again, we'll go with worst case, 3556. So we'll go back to our calculator, 3556, and we'll put that in there. Does the home need repairs? I haven't seen the home yet. I'm just doing a calculation. I'm gonna leave that at no for now, but you always wanna have a contingency for repairs to a home. And of course, when you look at it and you have an inspection done, you're gonna find some stuff. But that's like something you can calculate after. Right now, we're just doing a quick and dirty to find out if the property is profitable and even worth going to look at. Now we scroll down here, we're gonna find recurring operating expenses. We got property taxes, total insurance, HOA fees, which don't apply. We've got maintenance and other costs. So property taxes, you can go to Edmonton's website here, the city of Edmonton, and they do have a property tax estimator. We've got $339 estimate tax, that puts it at $3,448. I'll use round numbers and go to $3,500. And then we've got total insurance. Because you're renting the property, insurance is probably going to be more annually. So I would put this at, I'm going to go $3,000. Now we scroll down, we got maintenance. I'm going to put $5,000 a year for maintenance, and any other costs associated, we'll go with another $500. Again, we're being conservative just to make sure. We're going to want to run the numbers more thoroughly when we actually put an offer on this property and have a conditional offer. But for now, at least, we're being conservative on it. We're getting an idea if it's worth our time even going to look at this property. And from there, we can kind of make an educated decision and go check it out. Monthly rents, as we discussed earlier, we're at $4,500, and we'll have a vacancy rate here of 5%. And a management fee, that'll be 10% of the gross rents to have a property manager take care of the property for you. So this section here is projecting the sale price of the property in the amount of time that you hold it. So it sets it for 3%. Let's just get conservative and go 1% on that. Holding length, I'll go 10 years. Let's just say we're gonna keep this property for 10 years. It's gonna appreciate 1%, and let's see what that does. And we've got a cost to sell of 3% for our fees. Now it's calculated the 10-year invested. We've got our initial rate of return of 24.43%. Total profit when sold after 10 years is $231,000. Cash on cash return is 325%, and the cap rate 10%. That's amazing. It shows you here your total rental income that's come in, your total mortgage payments that you've paid, any expenses, and your NOI of $324,000. Now here is your breakdown for year to year. We've got a $4,500 a month coming in. That's $54,000 annually. A mortgage payment of $1,544 annually at $18,535. Vacancy rate of 5%. Our management fee that's coming off monthly, and there's our annual, our property taxes monthly, our insurance monthly, any maintenance costs and other associated costs, giving us a cash flow of $1,302 a month or $15,000 a year. Now I would say, looking at those numbers, this is a property worth going to look at. Now that can change because once you get there and you see the property, you might find that there's $100,000 worth of maintenance and repairs to be done. But at least we've done a quick and dirty search to find out if this property is even worth our time to book a showing with our real estate agent. So if you're looking for an investment property, it is really critical to make sure that you have a real estate agent that knows the area well. You don't want to be buying in an area that has a high crime rate or maybe has a high unemployment rate. I mean, let's face it, you can be 15 blocks one way and 15 blocks the other, and the community completely changes. You want to look for a property that's in an up and coming area that has development and density. This is going to increase the chances of the property appreciating in value. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel where I share weekly videos on how to succeed in real estate. And if you have a particular property that you're not sure meets the criteria or checks all the boxes, leave a comment below or look in the comment section and send me a message, and I'm happy to help you out. Have a great day. Appreciate you watching.